Hi guys. In this tutorial, I'll try to show you how to use the Draper Attachment Component for the 3D Draper plugin for Unreal Engine. As the name suggests, you can attach different Unreal Engine components to the garments. For instance, static meshes, such as buttons and buckles, as well as skeletal meshes, such as the butterflies as you've seen in the previous video. Let's take a look at this example with a metahuman character. As usual, you need to add the Draper Skeletal Mesh component and specify your collider mesh. Then, add the Draper Simulation and the Draper Garment components. Specify the location of your 3D garment folder, which you've already exported from the 3D Draper application for your collider OBJ mesh. Now we can add the Draper Attachment component to this garment. Please pay attention to the hierarchy of the components: skeletal mesh, simulation, garment, attachment. The hierarchy is important because you might have more than one garment and attachments. For better clarity, you might want to rename your garment and attachment components to sound more meaningful. I'm going to call this one a buckle attachment. Now, we can add a static mesh to our Draper Attachment component and specify the actual static mesh we want to use as an attachment. In this case, we can add a buckle to the belt. Finally, we need to position our attachment component to the place on the garment where we want this static mesh to stay during the simulation. Note that the system will attach the component to the nearest garment vertex, not the static mesh, so you need to apply the size transitions to the attachment component. However, if you need to rotate the static mesh, you can apply the rotations to the static mesh directly. You might also want to scale your static mesh so it will look proportionally to the garment. Let's add another garment and add some buttons. Once we've configured the first button, we can duplicate the attachment component with the button in position to duplicate in a different place on the garment. When all the attachment components are in place, you can run your animation, and the attached components will stay connected to their closed garment vertices. Here's another example of using the Draper Attachment Component. Let us attach a skeletal mesh and animate it during the simulation. Again, we start with adding the Draper attachment to the garment component. Add the skeletal mesh component to it. And then add this butterfly skeletal mesh. As in the previous example, we need to scale it and place under the garment. We can also specify an animation for our butterfly. And finally, run the simulation. As we can see, the butterflies are sitting happily on the dress during the simulation where we've placed them. As you noticed, we've configured our Draper components right in the scene. However, if you want to save your character outfit with the attachments, you can copy and paste your Draper components into a blueprint. For example, let's create a child blueprint class for our metahuman character. And copy-paste our Draper components there. Now the outfit can be saved for the future use.